Hello, Tomies. Welcome to Saulum's Column Volume 6. Where here we give you all the news and announcements and a little sneak peek of something at the end. Our first announcement here will be about our mailbag. So, in the near future here in February, we're shooting for, is we're going to have a mailbag episode. So, if you would like to send us a question of any kind, and that could be about the podcast, it's kind of a little bit about our personal lives. Pretty much anything is open to ask us during this mailbag. I do add the caveat of family friendly, of course. But if you do have a question for us, you can send it on Twitter, you can send it on Instagram. But the easiest way to do that will be to our email. Our email is chaosbardpod@gmail.com. And it's really exciting that we've already had quite a few. I think we're up to about 8 or 10 questions already. So that's really exciting. And some of them are really good. So we're excited to answer some of those questions. So keep them coming in. Again, if you have a question, send them on Twitter at chaosbardpod, and on Instagram, I think it's Tomes of the Chaos Bard, or our email, chaosbardpod@gmail.com. Those are the ways to do it. The best place, like I said, is our email at chaosbardpod@gmail.com. And the due date for all those questions will be January 31st. So get them in before January 31st, and we'll sneak them into the mailbag episode. Again, January 31st, so get them in. That's only a month away. Our second announcement here is, of course, our gaming convention we are going to, SaltCon, in March 2023. The dates, the 2nd through the 5th of March. We will be there. We'll have our own table, and various of us will be there of the cast. We'll be there. We're going to try and be there all together, but there will be some days that it's only going to be a few of us. But somebody from the cast will always be there. Sometimes you'll get Becky, sometimes you'll get Evan. You might get lucky and get all of us. So that's really fun. We'll have merchandise there for you if you wish to desire. We are super excited to meet some of you fans. Some of you have already reached out and said, "Hey, we're super excited to see you guys." And that makes us really excited. So this is our first convention that we've gone to, so it's a little nerve-wracking. And also, I'll be running a game there too, which will be my first game running in that kind of setting. But if you guys are interested on playing at my table, or if you not sure how to play D&D, come sit with me. I am going to specialize in trying to teach people how to play. So I'll be running a little tournament. Some of you may recognize this tournament from the Avalon one, but I think it's one of the easiest things to learn how to roll your dice and roll different abilities. And then I'll take you on a small little adventure to hone your abilities that you learned through the tournament. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be super fun to try, and I hope it works out. And my hope is to get it published, so you'll be able to buy that little adventure and the tournament on our Ko-Fi page. That is coming, so be aware of that. We have a special opportunity to be part of a panel. At the panel, we will have Derrick from How Not to DM, Weston and Hayley from Party of Two. We're going to have Thomas from iCast Fireball, and Cade from Knocked Prone. And of course, I will be there as well. It's been really fun to get to know them and talk about what we're going to talk about, which we're going to be talking about how to better communicate with your games, and one of the titles that we have is Not Your Dad's D&D. What does that mean? You're gonna have to come find out. Super excited for that, and to, again, meet all you guys. There's been several people who have mentioned that they're excited to hear us talk because they're fans of these other podcasts as well. So it's going to be great fun. Now that we got those announcements out of the way, let us get to our Ko-Fi highlights. Our first highlight will be about our coloring pages. For $2, you can have access to a lot of our coloring pages that we have. We have pictures of all the members of the cast so far, as in their characters they play. Abby just recently wrapped up Roscoe, so that completes the set of 5 of all the characters. And she's working on other characters as well. If you would like a special character that you want her to work on, let us know through our Twitter, Instagram, and email of what character she should draw next. It could be any kind of NPC character like Swindell or the Duke or Colbath, or really anybody that we have talked about on the podcast. Just shoot us an email or message us on Twitter or Instagram, like I said, and we'll see what we can do, what she can work on next. Another highlight we wanted to do was feed the cast. Feed the Cast is a special way that you guys can help support us and feed us for the night. It's a way that you guys can join us at our table. With that, you get a special shout out for feeding us for that night of recording. A special shout out to Sarah, who has recently donated to us through the Feed the Cast, and we thank you for that. And we're excited to announce when we use that money for those episodes. So keep an ear out on what episodes you were able to feed us on. But not only did she donate to the Feed the Cast, she also, for $1, got a Dear Boudreaux letter. So if you're not familiar with the Dear Boudreaux letters, they are letters that you can write directly to Boudreaux about life advice or just any simple question that you have. So Sarah has written one for $1, and one of our members, Sophie and Ryan, they also used their free one that they got for being a member to write Boudreaux a letter. And let me just tell you, these two letters fit perfectly hand in hand. I really enjoyed them. They've been fun to record, and we're excited to let you hear them. Hear them? That's right. This is the debut of the Dear Boudreaux column. So we are super excited for that. It's been a work in progress, and man, is it going to be good. So if you would like to write a letter to Boudreaux, you can visit our Ko-Fi page, ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard is where you can find our Ko-Fi page, or just simply type in ko-fi.com and it'll pop up, and you can search it through their little search engine there, and you will find us. You can go to our commissions, and there you will see the coloring pages, but also the Dear Boudreaux thing, and there you can write your question for just $1. Or while you're there, you can join as a member in our 3 tiers that we have, that each tier has a different bonus for you. Join one of the memberships and you get one free letter to Boudreaux. And like I said, the Boudreaux letters are just $1, so really inexpensive, but a lot of fun. So let us get to our Dear Boudreaux and hear how it sounds. We're excited to announce this, so enjoy Dear Boudreaux. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our very first Dear Boudreaux. I am your host, Rupert Bumkin, and I am here with my co-host, Boudreaux. Boudreaux, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Very, very good. Now, let us get into the letter. This first one reads, Dear Boudreaux, I have noticed that around the same time every year, the local children come around at night to my house. They wear scary masks and ask me for tricks or treats. My question is, how do I get these kids to stop coming around and bothering me? Signed, Weary in Waterdeep. Boudreaux, how would you help this weary one in Waterdeep?
Okay, strange name. You okay there, bro? Swimming in deep water for long times is not good for your skin. Makes you all wrinkly like a witch or an old pumpkin. Not to mention you have to mud up afterwards, and you've lost all your layers. Horrible. Yeah. Anyway, so you have children come to your house about once a year, about the same time, and they wear scary masks, asking you for tricks or treats? What have you done? That just, whew, that's not good. Well, you know what? I bet you have a child. And I bet that child be a girl, isn't it? You got yourself into some trouble. Well, let me tell you. You have buggles. Buggles, yes, that's right. Buggles are created by mischief. And girls tend to get into lots of mischief. At least in the swamp they do. So there's 2 choices that you have, you know? And I say you go with the second one. And that be the treat. You know how they ask for trick or treat? Well, I say give them the treat. And you hand over that little girl that you have right away. Just push her out the door. Once you see them, you be like, here, take her. Or, if she mischief enough, they'll make her part of an army. And she'll be real lucky, and you'll be too, because you'll be free. And you get to eat all the pumpkin pie you want, all right? So, if that's not what you want to do, which I don't know why that's not what you would want to do, but it's your choice. You could do choice number 1, which is the trick. Like an old shaman said, if you can't join them or beat them, well, you know what? Never mind. I guess if you wanted to, you could trick them. You can do this however you want. But if it were me personally, I would cover Pumpkin and stuff that baby with as much candy as you could get in that little head of the pumpkin. And only the best stuff. Like fudge. That's good stuff. and then stick it on your porch and walk away without no worry and do not glance out the window no matter what you do. No. But for all of this to work, grown-ups, you must plug your ears at this very moment. Right now, Rupert. You're a grown-up, aren't you? Thank you. Good boy, Rupert. Now, little girl of this weary man, I have set you up so good. Take that pumpkin and you run with that candy. You run as far as you can and you hide it and you keep it for yourself. Only for yourself. Or for your army of buggles, as it seems like you have some friends, yeah? You know, I was a buggle once. Me and Pinky would go and prank Uncle Popcorn all the time. It was so good and so much fun. But, just to make a story short, don't get caught and don't be too mean. Okay, all children, lick your fingers and unplug your parents' ears. Okay, parents? That is how you get rid of boggles. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy.
Interesting advice, Boudreaux. Let us continue on with the next letter. It is from Sarah. It says, Dear Boudreaux, I have heard from a certain chaos bard you're giving out advice and answering some of life's deepest questions.
Chaos bard? Fanny isn't that crazy. And, yes, I am answering all questions. And if I don't know the answer, I will make them up for you. So no worries. All is true. And they are deep, deep, deep questions. Like the models I dig when I'm talking to Lila.
Indeed. The letter continues. I have a conundrum that I beseech your wisdom on.
Well, obviously, I have wisdom. I'm as wise as the cypress trees. No horse. Yeah. But conundrum, that must be some kind of like numbing poison, because the numb drum, yeah. And then the beseech, that's like must be some funny way Sarah say bee sting. Taking numbing poison to your bee sting.
Boudreaux, I believe you are confused.
Huh?
Conundrum is a confusing question or problem, and beseech is them asking for your advice, seeking your advice.
Oh! What?
Yes, we see you are as wise as a cypress tree, with just as many holes. Let us continue with the letter. Whenever I ask my husband what he wants for Christmas, he tells me nothing. But I don't want to get him nothing. What do you advise people should give as gifts to those they love when they say they don't want anything? What is your advice, Boudreaux?
Christmas? We have something like that in the swamp. It's called the Day of Kundas. Everybody goes around giving each other food that reminds them of the other person. Mama Frizz always makes me a pumpkin pie. She says, "You as cute as a pumpkin." Then, at night, you hide your food because everyone will take your yummies. It's a horrible holiday, but it represents the life of Kundas. Anyway, if he says he wants nothing, then you get him nothing. You could get yourself something and open it in front of him. And that will teach him. And then next time you ask, I bet he will tell you something. Or you could get him something super ugly to wear. Just like you know how like Mandrake dresses? Yeah. and then you act completely serious and insist he wears it. Imagine everyone looking at him and people whispering, "That's the ugliest. Did you ugliest? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boudreaux,
Yeah.
yes, Boudreaux. We do have one last question from Sarah. What would you like to receive as a Christmas gift?
Nothing.
And we'll end it there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to our Dear Boudreaux. If you would like to write a Dear Boudreaux, visit our Ko-Fi. For $1, you may ask advice from Boudreaux, though I do not recommend it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to our Dear Boudreaux program. Dear Boudreaux has been a segment of the Rocky Talkie Gnome Radio Network. I am Rupert Bumkin, the man asking the questions and getting the answers. Rupert out.
Just kidding. I want a pumpkin pie. No, please. Sarah, no.
Boudreaux,
really
we're not recording
want a
anymore.
pumpkin pie.
She's not going to hear
Don't give
this.
it to your husband.
You're too
He
late.
said he
Boudreaux.
didn't want nothing.
Boudreaux,
I want
somebody,
something.
cut his mic.
I want the pumpkin pie.
No, just cut his mic.